Yeah. Welcome back. Thank you. However you're tuning in, you're listening, you're watching, thank you. This is Moolah, baby, Young Money Radio. Definitely appreciate Dr. Fauci, man, for passing by. That was just awesome. That was awesome. Now, my next guest is a doctor as well. Yeah. Been a doctor, too. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, when I was coming up, he was my doctor. You understand me? He's done surgery in the music biz forever, shaped the sound of a whole coast, and he's cut records that paved the way for many Grammy-winning artists. And with all due respect and homage, my next guest, Dr. Dre. How you feeling, brother?
Oh man, come on, man. I'm feeling excellent, man.
Man, look at that man house, man. That man just got that man just popped.
I wanted to come outside today, man.
I see. Yeah, how you feeling, though, man? How the fam?
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Nah, man, thanks for stopping by. How the fam?
Everybody's great. Everybody's
awesome.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Even through all of this nonsense, this corona thing that's going on, we're getting through it, and it's fantastic. Actually, I'm always quarantined anyway, man. I like being at home. Man,
trust me.
It's nothing for me.
You know I already know. know. I'm the same way. Yeah, they got to,
That's
know.
What's up.
If you catch me out, then you lucky. You unicorn, man. Now, my solo debut album, The Block Is Hot, it came out the same month, actually 2 weeks before you dropped your second solo album, 2001.
Okay.
Now, 1999 was such an important year for us both. I was also featured on 2 hit records that dropped that year, Bling Bling and Back That Ass Up. You had a big year also, though, because not only did you drop the 2001 album that year, but you also produced Eminem's album, his second album, earlier that year.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, we were 2 albums in at that time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I had him on the show recently. You know that man there, man. I took that man there, man.
I mean, come on.
Man, that man there, man.
He's over the top, amazing.
Now, what was your motivation after spending the prior 2 years not necessarily having the music connect the way you would have wanted it?
Well, at that time, leaving Death Row in the whole nine, it was a lot that was going on in my life at that time. You know, I got married in 1996, had a son in 1997.
Cool.
And, and then I had to start a label, build a new crew, and that whole nine, and you can imagine how much work that takes.
Exactly.
And all these things are happening simultaneously, So, I just felt like the music I was doing at that time, it wasn't completely up to par. It was just something that we were working on and experimenting with. I think the album that we did at that time, the Aftermath record, the first record, it went platinum or what have you, but it wasn't my best foot forward. It didn't smash. I think Jimmy Iovine introduced me to Eminem, and that's when everything took off. So it wasn't a 2-year empty span there. I was still busy.
Still putting it in.
I was a busy person. You feel me? So those are the things that were happening at that time.
That's what's up. Now, by the way, it was 1999. So why did you decide to call the album 2001?
Well, okay, that's a good question. I think at that time, I wanted to call the album The Chronic 2000, right? And my previous partners from Death Row, I heard that they were doing an album called The Chronic 2000. And it was actually Jimmy Iovine's idea to call the album 2001. So I didn't really give a fuck. I thought the music was great. I thought that everything that we were doing was fantastic, and I just said, okay, fuck it. What's in the title? Let's just call it 2001.
Call it whatever, the music.
And it's almost like a shot at them. They called their shit 2000. Right. I said, okay, yeah, that'd be great, 2001. So that's the story behind that.
It was still a step ahead in my eyes, just a step ahead.
Absolutely, that was the intention.
Man, now tell us about leaving your masters behind in 1996. I always admired that. Like, what gave you the courage to make such a bold decision to leave it all behind after building something so dope with that role?
Well, I don't lead by money. I've never let money lead my life or anything like that.
Likewise, sir. Likewise.
Yes, you feel me, right?
Yes.
So, this one was actually an easy separation. You know, when I separated myself from Eazy-E and Ruthless Records, that was a lot more difficult because there was a brotherhood there that was created. You know, so that thing was fairly easy, and I know that wherever I go, I'm taking the talent with me.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's that was nothing. It's just about leaving, and the hard part is starting over and creating a new thing.
Like you said, exactly. That's the hardest part. Just making sure what you do, the new thing, making sure that it's gonna work and believing in it.
Absolutely, and I'm
Believing in it.
always going to believe and bet on myself. I
I
don't
was
give a
just about to
fuck
say.
where
I
I
was
am.
just about to say that's why the money don't matter because I'm gonna bet on myself no matter what, and I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If who else can you bet on if you can't bet on yourself?
Exactly.
I'm always going to bet on myself.
That's why I told you. That's why I said it was motivating to me when I saw that. I was like, you know what? You know what I mean? I went through a similar situation
know
later
you
on
know.
down the line. I went through a similar
Yeah.
situation, you know? So I was like, you know what? I could do this, man. Now, you signed Snoop, M, Kendrick Lamar, shout out all them boys, to name a few.
Anderson Paak, the
All them,
gang.
shout out Anderson too, man. Shout out Anderson. You already know. Shout out Chuck. Shout out Anderson. I really like Anderson, man. I really like Anderson. That boy, he's ahead of his time.
He's a beast, man.
Yeah, he's ahead of his time. Now, what's the process in discovering talent for you? What's the process? How you do that?
You know what? There isn't really necessarily a process.
Just a natural thing. You make it genuine.
You know what happens? It's like, I would say 90% of the artists that I've been introduced to have been introduced to me through other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And it just depends on if you like it.
Yeah, you know, I was introduced to Eminem through Jimmy Iovine. I was introduced to Snoop through my stepbrother Warren G. It's just always somebody that introduces me to somebody, and it's like, and if we click, if the talent has to be there first of all, and then click in the studio, and that synergy is there, then I go from there.
Yeah.
You know, and I really like to create relationships instead of just working on a project.
Exactly.
You know, and everybody that I've worked with up until now, we're still friends. We're still really close.
And that's all that matters too. That's all that matters too, as well.
100%.
For real. Now, as a fellow workaholic in the game who hit the studio every day, literally, bro, every day, talk to me about how you balance your personal life and work. Actually, I need advice with this one.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, you have to you have to be with somebody who really understands this thing that we do. You know, and I always say the people that are in your life, they're either pushing or pulling. You know, and I get rid of everybody that's pulling. But I've been fortunate enough, you know, my wife and my family, they not only understand what I do, they support it and they push it, you know. You know, this year, actually, just a few days ago, marks 26 years that I've been with my wife. And there hasn't been one time that she's tried to detour me from going into the studio. It's always been a push, you know. Anybody that's trying to, like, pull you away from or stop you from doing that thing that you love, that's not the person for you.
Exactly.
You know, why would you stop me from doing the thing that I love to do, that thing that brings me so much joy? That means you're trying to get in the way of my happiness. You know? So that thing right there is extremely important, to have that support system that really backs what you're trying to do, because it's difficult enough to just go in and be creative. So you don't need that extra headache.
26 years.
26.
Congratulations on that, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, 26 this month. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Now, get a little serious, a little, not that wasn't serious. I want to take it to another level real fast. Now, you were once in a group, obviously, NWA. At a lot of times, the music was focused on, sometimes on encounters with the police. Now, what's your take on what's going on out there in Minnesota?
You know what? I got to be honest with you. I felt a little bit funny about doing this interview today because of everything that's going on. I'm like, how am I going to, do this interview and start talking about myself and all the accomplishments that I've made? And, I almost felt like we should have led with this situation.
Of course.
George Floyd.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that situation, it hurt my heart. My heart is still aching. And it felt like that cop had his knee on all of our necks, meaning black men.
Yeah.
And Yeah, it's extremely painful. It's extremely painful because it keeps going on. It continues to go on, and it's like, what can we do, or what do we need to do to make this thing stop? What is supposed to happen to make this thing stop? It has to stop. What the fuck is supposed to happen?
It seems like everything is happening, and it's nothing. It matters nothing to him.
Yeah, so you know, I'm just in this place like everybody else.
Did you hear that the cop was arrested today?
Yeah, I heard that, but that's not enough.
At all.
That's not enough. You know, the other 3 cops are supposed to be arrested. They're supposed to be convicted, and they're supposed to be arrested and convicted of first-degree murder. Point blank, period. No ifs or buts about it. You know, they're supposed to be convicted of first-degree murder.
Yeah.
And the fucked up part is they're so brazen with it. Broad daylight with cameras on, and he's got his knee on this guy's neck for that amount of time, and he doesn't give a fuck. His hand is in his pocket. He may as well have been whistling.
I think for the last 2 minutes, Mr. Floyd had already lost consciousness or something.
Absolutely. So it's like, what the fuck are we supposed to do to make this thing stop? What can happen to make this stop? You know, this shit is baffling, but it really feels like something is going to happen now to at least put us in an area where we can start talking about a way to make this thing stop. You know, I think this one could be the one, because
you think
so? I think so.
I think this one feels different as well. Something about this one feels a bit different.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm not sure,
because I'm seeing white people out there protesting as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, which is a good thing.
Exactly.
You know.
So
they're out there.
I think this one is different.
They're seeing all. You know.
I think they're fed up.
Yeah.
Any decent-hearted human being, I think they're all fed up. We all fed up.
They should be.
Yeah, you should be.
You said it right. Any decent human being should see that and go, "Fuck this.
Yeah.
Enough is enough."
Yeah.
You know.
Man, we appreciate that. First of all, we appreciate that. Now, is it true you used to leave LA and randomly go to Reno, Nevada to make some of them classic albums?
It's crazy how we have to just skip over that and just like go into the.
I try to keep it.
Yeah, I get it. We
try
have
to keep
make
it in.
We have to make it light. I feel that.
Yeah,
but,
try to.
Yeah, it's such a serious situation.
It's very serious.
Yeah, let's move on and let's move on and keep it light. I'm glad we have the.
That's why I said we really appreciated that. We really do. We really. That's why I said that. Also, when you said you was iffy about doing an interview, bro, I was iffy about asking anybody that come on the show any question about it, just because of the seriousness of it. You know. Yeah.
But we should talk about it. We should continue to talk about it, because, you know, if we don't, it will continue to happen. And just think about it. It was broad daylight with cameras.
Daylight.
He didn't give a fuck.
Nah, he didn't.
None of them gave a fuck.
Then they just put out some more extra footage where you could see there was 2 other cops with their knees on Mr. Floyd's legs as well.
Fucking cowards, man.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Different world these days, man.
Let me calm down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Juan.
We all right, man. I take it to a little more personal than on the brighter side. Let's talk about the academy you have at USC.
Yeah.
Which is remarkable, given you only went to college for 2 weeks.
Thank you. Which was like 1 week too many. Maybe 2 weeks too many, to be honest.
It's all good. Trust me. I just went back and looked at how many hours I put in it. You know, I don't care. I don't wish to speak on it. But
yeah, you know, that thing isn't for me. It's probably for most, but it wasn't for me. I mean, you know, this thing that me and Jimmy are doing at USC is a remarkable thing. It's fantastic. These kids are brilliant. They are just so over the top smart. It's every time I go up and just like listen to these kids talk, they're amazing.
You
know,
learning something.
Yeah, man. It's our first graduating class was in 2018.
Congratulations.
And it had 28 students.
It's wonderful.
Our class that just graduated this year had 99 students, and
Wonderful.
it's moving on. And not only that, we're talking about building a high school,
Mm-hmm.
building a high school for inner city kids.
Okay.
That's going to be near the USC campus,
Mm-hmm.
and this is something that I'm extremely proud about. I'm really looking forward to this.
As you should be.
Yeah, it's like when I grew up, when I was a kid, man, I always dreamed about going to a college like USC, specifically USC. And now, shit, I'm there. It was expensive, but I'm there.
If
It's just such an amazing thing, man. And I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be able to do this. I'm so proud to be able to give back in this way.
yeah, like I
I'm
said,
gonna
as you
continue to
should
do
be.
these type of things.
As you should be. What I was gonna say, you need any outside any other additional help with that high school thing, holla at me. I love that idea.
I would love that.
I love
Absolutely.
to be a part of that, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Now, the world knows how much we all love Kobe and how much we all miss him. Now, I really enjoyed the Kobe tribute you did with Mr. Adam Silver for the NBA All-Star game, which was right before they canceled the season on us. But how did that come about?
Well, Larry Jackson, who me and you know,
Mm-hmm.
he brought it to my attention. There's a couple of guys. There's these 20-year-old guys. I don't want to get their names wrong. Gibson Hazard and Gibson Hazard and Jack Bannon.
Mm-hmm.
These are some 20-year-old guys. They came through, and they were really responsible for editing and making it look the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was amazing. Of course, you know,
It was.
Kobe is my favorite. You know, a lot of people are going back and forth whether Jordan or.
I'm sorry, it's Kobe for me too, man. I think everybody already know that, though.
I've had so many arguments
Yeah.
about who's the better. It's like it's always been Kobe for me, always.
Always.
So that's how it came about. I was just in the studio, and he presented the idea to me, and I thought it was sick. So you know. And I can't take too much credit for that. These guys, like I said, Gibson Hazard and Jack Bannon,
Jack.
yeah, they went to work on that and made it happen.
That's love. Anyway, man, we appreciate you for stopping by, Young Money, man. Really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
that, man. Nah, man, thank you, man. We gotta get one in soon too, man. You already know it's gonna be history.
Yeah,
I ain't gotta do nothing but cough on it, man. You already know, man. It's gonna be history, man.
Come by and fuck with me, man. I'm always in the studio. This is what I do. I'm gonna continue to make music forever, no matter what. You know?
Man, you that place behind you looks so comforting and comfortable. You should.
Oh man, yeah, this is, I'm in my backyard.
Man, look at the greenery, man. That is awesome, man. Do you keep that up?
No, I don't. I stopped.
Thank you for being honest.
Yeah, I stopped doing manual in I think it was the 80s, maybe, my niggas. Like, so, but again, man, thank you so much.
Nah, man, thank you, Dre, for real, man. For real.
All right.
Love.
Barrett.
Triple OG right there, man. Triple OG, man.